Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anderson High School in Anderson, Indiana for tonight's Indiana High School Basketball Association, Indiana High School Athletic Association basketball game between the Anderson Indians and your Newcastle Trojans. The Anderson Indians come in at 2-0 on the season, and off of a thrilling W last night against Hamilton Heights, your Trojans are now 2-1, going up against their toughest matchup of the season so far yet this season. If you have a deeper dive into the numbers, brought to you by Melanin Golf Club, Newcastle averages about 69.5 points per game. On the other side, Anderson averaging 68. Rebounds 21 to 27 in favor of the Indians. The assist category goes to the Trojans as they like to share the ball. But the steals per game go straight to the Indians as they're a feisty, aggressive group that likes to press full court and take opportunities away from you before you even get to half court. So that's something to look out for tonight as we go through each quarter of this game. If you're looking at the matchups between the two teams, Newcastle obviously coming in at 2-1. Neither team has played a conference game yet this year. The IHSAA Max Preps rankings have not come out yet. This year. So once those come out, then we'll be able to tell you and show you exactly where these teams land. But Anderson is in the top 10 right now in the state of Indiana. It's going to be a tough matchup for your Trojans tonight. The final score from the last game that these two played last year, it was a tough matchup. You can go watch that back on myanimesports.com/network in the Indiana region. But Anderson got the best of Newcastle last year, 77-62, as it was a tough matchup back at Newcastle Fieldhouse. This year, today, we are at Anderson High School as we get ready for a tough matchup between the Newcastle Trojans and the Anderson Indians. Before we go to break, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. We want to thank Boar's Head. Boar's Head, compromise elsewhere. Without Boar's Head, we will not be able to bring you tonight's live stream. So thank you to Boar's Head. Also, thank you to the TAT, the alumni tournament brought to you in the state of Ohio. 64 teams fighting for a chance at $100,000 next August. Thank you to the alumni tournament. And thank you to you guys for watching us here tonight. If you can't make it out here to Anderson, thank you for tuning in to watch the Indians face the Trojans. We'll be right back with more of the stars to watch here when we get back right here on MNSN. a score. So like sometimes, you see right here, you can't see the end of it. You can't see the actual baseline. You see that? You can't see that like on the TV. So that's what you need to do is raise it up. So raise it up. You get what I'm saying? So go raise it up. Right, raise it up. Raise it up. Like raise it up. Handle up. Yeah. See how it goes down? That's how you get the bottom. Yeah. See the bottom score? The bottom score might determine that. You gotta watch that sometimes. But it's like going like on the baseline, you gotta kind of raise it up. Right.
Okay, so every time it's like
yeah, you gotta follow the game. Follow the game back.
So you want me to put it in the camera right now?
Yeah.
The flag is the symbol of our national unity. It tells us of the struggle for independence, of unity preserved, of liberty, and of the sacrifices of brave men and women. It means America first. It means an undivided allegiance. It means we cannot be saved by the courage of our ancestors, that to each generation comes its patriotic duty, and that upon our willingness to sacrifice and endure, rests the hope of this nation. I am proud of our past. I am proud of our heritage. I am proud to be an American.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from tip-off action here at Anderson High School for the matchup between the Newcastle Trojans coming in at 2-1 on the season and the Anderson Indians coming out at 2-0 on the season. Newcastle 2-1, Anderson 2-0. We're looking at the star matchup or the star player of the game for our Trojans. Mr. Gavin Welch, averaging 23.5 points a game, 8 rebounds, and shooting 48% from the field. Senior going to Barry University out in Miami, Florida. He's the star player to watch for tonight. They need him to be on fire along with the supporting cast if Anderson is going to get beat by your Trojans tonight. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but this is possibly the longest pregame festivities that I've ever been a part of. It's not a bad thing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. But they're not on any time. They're just doing whatever they want to do. And they got the drum line coming out right now, making noise. So this is my first time out in Anderson, Indiana for this type of basketball atmosphere for the Indians. So I'm trying to figure out when they're going to start these starting lineups so I can tell you guys exactly what's going on with each of the 5 players. So there's about a minute and 50 seconds left before we go ahead and start this. They started the clock again, so we actually know exactly where we're at and where we're standing. The JV game lasted a little longer than expected, so tip-off time is probably going to be in the next 5 minutes after we do the starting lineup. So in the meantime, I will tell you exactly what's going on and who to watch out for in tonight's game. First, from the Indians side of things. One main person to watch out for is Amir Carson. Amir Carson, a senior guard, averaging 22.5 points a game. Ingram, on the other hand, for the Indians, averaging 14.5, and to round it off is Murphy. All three seniors, and he's averaging 13 points per game, along with 5 rebounds. Those are the 3 players to watch out for tonight's game. You can contain Carson. Pretty much can get the job done just like last night. Containing 2 or 3 people is the main key for Newcastle. For Newcastle, we have Gavin Welch, obviously the top player on the team. Butler and Lewis rounding it off. Hinton averaging 18.5 points a game. Taylor averaging 16.5 points per game over these last 3 games. So Hinton, Taylor, Welch, and also Lewis have to get it together and have to play tough defense if they really want to win. Anderson's going to pick up probably full court and pressure them all game long. It's all about how they can maintain the pressure before they get to half court. If they can limit the turnovers, I think Newcastle has a good chance of competing in this game. Without that, they have absolutely no shot. So look out for that starting off this game. Now if we get to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Brought to you by the Alumni Tournament. Ethan Hinton, number 5, starting off. Quentin Boatwright, number 11. Gavin Welch, number 22, the star of the team. Tyson Lewis, number 3. And Colin Taylor, number 10, rounding it off for your Newcastle Trojans here tonight. These are your starting 5, brought to you by the Alumni Tournament.
And now, here are your Anderson Indians, a 6'4" senior
For
number 1, Alex Troutman.
For the Anderson Indians, brought to you by Boris Head, is Alex Trotman, Amir Carson, Jaquan Ingram, Damian King, and Jalen Murphy rounded off. They're all seniors except for King being the sophomore. So this is a heavy upper-class group, and they've got a lot of experience. So they're going to bring that to the table today, trying to remain undefeated as they look to go 3-0.
And the 6'7" senior number 50, Jalen Murphy.
Head coach for the Anderson Indians is Donnie Bowling.
The Indians are coached by Mr. Donnie Bowling.
Donnie Bowling, excuse me. Head coach for your Newcastle Trojans in his 10th season, Mr. Daniel Cox, looking to get his team off to a strong 3-1 start on the season. And just like that, we're ready to play ball. Thank you for joining us tonight on MNSN for the first away game for Newcastle this season. And we're off. Stolen right away. Basket's no good. Rebound by King. Damian King starts it off for Anderson. Gavin, nice pass right to Ethan Hinton as Newcastle gets on the board 2-2. Stolen by Lewis, out of bounds. Jumper no good by Ingram. Offensive rebound. The Indians maintain possession. Troutman with the easy layup to extend the lead to 2, 4-2 early on here, first quarter. Taylor. Lewis gets the ball stripped from him. Basket's good by King. 4 points now for King. 6-2. Boatwright swings it over to Gavin. Welch, jumper. Basket's good. That's a good sign for Newcastle as Gavin Welch starts off hot. 4-6 here early on. No good. Basket's no good by Murphy. Boatwright gets the ball. Taylor. Getting harassed. Gavin swings it back out. The ball gets stolen by Ingram. Ingram swings it over to Troutman. King. Down to Murphy. Back up to King. King for 3. Good. 3-point basket for Damian King. Got to play tough defense. Got to get back out there on them. These guys can hit. These guys are good. Two hands on the defender. Does Troutman. That's his first personal foul of the evening. Team's first. Looks like we got some blood on Lewis. He's going to have to get that taken care of. As Cole Johnson's going to come into the game for the first time, replacing Tyson Lewis as he gets his nose. Thought about the 3. Foul. Fouls on Jaquan Ingram, his first personal foul, team's second of the evening. 3-point basket. Bang! 3-point basket for number 30, Cole Johnson. Seven to 9 early here in the first quarter. Good sign for your Trojans. 3-point basket for Ingram is good. After the 3-point basket was made by Ingram, we have a personal foul on number 2, Amir Carson, on the push. Gavin. 3-pointer, Welch. Bang! 3-point basket, Gavin Welch. Nice sign for your Trojans, hitting threes. 12-10. Ooh, no good. Offensive rebound goes to King. King shoots, makes the basket. Got to get those offensive rebounds or defensive rebounds if you're Newcastle. Can't afford second chance points for the Indians. It's a killer. Johnson swings it over to Hinton. Gavin looking at Coach Cox to see what he wants to pull, see what he wants to do. Taylor. Ball gets stolen by Carson. Fouls on number 10. Fouls on Colin Taylor, his first. Another foul on Colin Taylor, his second. He's going to come out. Entering the game for the first time, number 4, Clay Butler. Almost a steal by Boatwright. Missed offensive rebound put back by Amir Carson. (16-10), 3:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Three-point basket, no good. Defensive rebound goes to Ingram, excuse me. Fouls called on number 4, Clay Butler. To the line to shoot 2 is Alex Troutman. Basket's good on the first. Misses the second. Hinton with the defensive rebound. Swings it all the way up to Boatwright. Foul's going to be called on Troutman as Hinton splits the defense and goes straight to the basket and gets fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Hinton can't make the first one. Into the game, newly into the game for the Indians is Lewis Jackson. Makes the second. I thought it was 17-11, but I guess it's 16-11. That's both good for the Trojans. Three-point basket in the corner. Good. Amir Carson for 3. Got to be tight on defense if you're the Trojans. These guys can hit it. Hinton. Gavin Welch. Three-pointer deep. Need that one. Can't get that one. Defensive rebound goes to Carson and the Indians. Stolen by Hinton. Foul's going to be called on Amir Carson. That's his first. Hinton. Johnson for 3. Bang! Three-point basket. Cole Johnson. Where they been hiding this kid? Cole Johnson for 3. Indians playing the weave game. Number 34, White. Three-point basket for King. No good. Offensive rebound goes to Jackson as he does a reverse layup. It should have been Newcastle with that, but an easy offensive rebound for, and now it's back up to 22. They didn't put the point down like they were supposed to, so, and So back when I said it was 17 and they only had 16, it was 17. So it's now 22-14. Two-point basket is good. Tough move down low by King as he adds to the lead, extends it to a 10-point deficit for your Trojans. Hinton. Boatwright. Hinton for three. No good. Defensive rebound goes to number 5, King and the Indians. Jackson. Ingram. Travel. Okay. They're putting some time back on the clock. 41.8 they have. They're having a little bit of, there we go. And now they have a discrepancy with, I don't know what the problem is, but they're addressing it down. The refs are coming together to talk about exactly what problem they have. And I think they got it resolved. 24-14. Let's see if Newcastle can get some points here before we traveled. Three-pointer for Cole. No good. Defensive rebound goes towards the Indians. Jackson. Three-pointer, no good. At the end of the first quarter, it's your Trojans down 24-14 as they look to come back here in the second. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Thank you to Boar's Head, Premier Cheese and Deli Meats. Boar's Head, compromise elsewhere. Without Boar's Head, we would not be able to live stream tonight's game. So thank you to the folks at Boar's Head. Boar's Head, compromise elsewhere. Also, thank you to the TAT, the Alumni Tournament, for 64 teams in the state of Ohio, based off their high school alumni, going for a shot at $100,000. It's a single elimination tournament starting next August. This tournament is also coming to Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Florida next year, but we're using Ohio as the guinea pig. So be on the lookout for that. If we can I would love to get some Newcastle alumni to participate in the Indiana version of the TAT. That would be amazing. But for now, thank you to the TAT for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Second quarter here, the Indians have possession as Newcastle had the tip-off and got the ball stolen from them right away as soon as we started the game. As we start the second quarter, Newcastle needs to guard the – ooh, he traveled. Butler. Gavin. No good. Defensive rebound goes to Carson and the Indians. No look pass. Can't handle it, too hot. That was a nice pass by Carson to Murphy. Murphy couldn't handle the hot tamale. Taylor, guarded by Jackson. Gavin. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Trojans maintain possession. Taylor. Johnson. Gavin. Gets stolen by Carson. Three-pointer in the corner for King. Basket's good for King. New coast to coast goes Ethan Hinton as he connects. Deep three. Basket's good. Three-point basket for Carson. There's not much you could do about that right there. That was deep. Lewis, no good. Defensive rebound for Carson. He's got to have like at least 6 rebounds. Once again, tries to get the no-look pass in there, this time deflected by Lewis. Newly into the game for your Trojans, number 21, Landon Thompson. Offensive foul before the ball was inbounded by Alex Troutman.
Illegal screen on Anderson, number 1, Alex Troutman. His third personal, team 6. Illegal screen by Newcastle, number 10.
And just like that, Newcastle gives the ball right back. That's the third foul on Colin Taylor. That will put the Indians in the bonus. I don't know where the foul was at, but there's one created. Foul is on number 3. Tyson Lewis. His first personal foul. Basket's good. Jaquan Ingram averaging 14.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, and 2 assists and 2 steals for the Indians. 32-16 here, halfway through. Hinton, basket's good. Ethan Hinton. (32-18) ball. Nice dive on the floor. Possession's going to go towards Newcastle.
Jump ball possession belongs to Newcastle.
Nice dive on the floor. And that gets your Trojans the possession here. Thompson, no good. Defensive rebound for guess what? Guess who? Carson. Deep three for Carson. No good. Gotta have that one though. Absolutely must have that. They call it out of bounds off of Gavin. 3-point basket, no good. Here come, oh man, that's the rebound that we had to have. Had to have that one. Gavin couldn't corral that in, and Indians reset. Gavin playing tough up front defense on Carson. Good defense by the Trojans.
30-second timeout, Anderson.
30-second timeout gets charged to Anderson. Just want to thank you guys for watching Newcastle basketball, Trojan basketball on the NM Sports Network. We're here all season long. We're going to try to do as many away games as we can, as many schools will allow us into their building. NM Sports will be there to give you live coverage of Newcastle high school basketball. Just want to thank the athletic department and Newcastle as a whole for allowing NM Sports to be able to live stream the girls and boys basketball teams this year. If you want to go and look at any of the games in this past season so far, you can go to mynmsports.com/network. 32-18. Three-second violation called on the Indians. Turnover. The Trojans will take possession here with 4:26 left to go in the first half. Butler. Hinton. Butler. Gavin back to Butler. Nice basket, nice assist by Butler to Landon Thompson. 32-20. Jackson. Over to Ingram, back over to Carson. They're playing three-point basket. No good. Gotta have it. Does Lewis. Nice rebound. Defensive rebound by Tyson Lewis. Ooh, nice move. Nice basket. Ooh, to the hole. Ethan Hinton going straight to the hole. Knew exactly what he wanted to do and went and got it. 32-22. Deflected. Ooh, I thought that was going to go out of bounds, but Carson maintains possession of it, gives it to Jackson. Jackson over to Ingram. Back over to Jackson. Jackson with the floater. Basket's good. Nice floater by Lewis Jackson. Butler trying to figure something out. Hinton over to John. Ooh, nice floater. Nice. Where did he come from? Landon Thompson. Giving a much-needed spark for the Trojans off the bench. 34-22, 34-24, 37 now. Carson is someone to look out for. I might have to just go box and one. He's the only one doing really pretty much anything. Timeout, Newcastle trying to figure out, Coach Daniel Cox trying to figure out what's going wrong. Only down by 13, though. If we're going to take a look at the next 3 games presented by Boris Head next Saturday, Jay County. 7:30 p.m. will be right there on NNSN. Tip-off 7:30 at Jay County. December 16th will be at New Palestine. Tip-off for that 7:30, December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas. Your Trojans will travel to Mount Vernon to take on that crew. Welch will inbound the ball. Cole Johnson. Ball gets stolen by Carson. That's a clean. Ooh, nice. Nice deflection. Here comes Gavin. Got to get something out of this. Three-pointer. Deep. Got to hit this one. No good. Defensive rebound goes to White. Carson. Three-point basket for Ingram. Three-point basket is good for Ingram. Assist goes to Carson. If we're going to shoot those threes, we got to hit the threes because the Indians aren't missing. Three-pointer. No good. Offensive rebound for Hinton. Hinton. Yep. Nice basket for Ethan Hinton. As much as I like Newcastle shooting the threes, we have better field goal percentages down low. So if we can move the ball and get down low and play tough at perimeter defense, can get back in this game, but it's the only way possible. Jackson with the fake. Jackson with the move to the basket. Can't get the layup to go. Offensive rebound, can't get that to go. As Newcastle got the rebound, but then it quickly tied up as they forced the jump ball, and the Indians will maintain possession. Coming back into the game for your Trojans is number 3, Tyson Lewis. Ingram. Foul's going to be called on number 5, Ethan Hinton. Ingram went to the hole, got an and one, basket counts. .2 left to go in this game, or in the first half. Hinton. Basket's good for Ethan Hinton, just like that. We need that. We need more of those if you're Newcastle. To the hole, to the rack. They can't stop us driving to the hole. I'm saying us. They can't stop the Trojans from driving to the hole. 42-28. As much as it seems like we're out of this game, nice pass by Carson, but Darius Miles can't handle the hot pass by Carson as it gets deflected out of bounds. 4.5 left to go in the first half. Three. Oh, missed it.
And that led the first half of the score. Newcastle 28, your Anderson Indians 42.
At the half, it's Newcastle 28, Anderson 42. We'll be right back here after a couple of messages from our sponsor, Boar's Head.
Has been a family business. In the beginning, our founder, Frank Brunkhorst, had a very simple idea. Make the finest delicatessen products possible, nothing less. 5 generations later, we still insist on the same unwavering commitment to those standards we established long ago. Standards mostly abandoned in a mass-produced world. At Boar's Head, we are relentless about quality. If a product does not live up to our exacting standards, it does not carry the Boar's Head name. Simple as that. Our products are made of only the finest ingredients. Whole muscle beef, pork, and poultry. Meticulously handcrafted and hand-trimmed, with real spices sourced from around the globe. We know there are easier, faster, even cheaper ways to make our products. But cutting corners doesn't cut it for us. From Boar's Head turkey and hams to chicken and beef to our array of artisan cheeses and old world specialties, hummus, condiments, and so much more, you can count on Boar's Head for products made with exceptional care. And because freshness is the hallmark of a great delicatessen, Boar's Head has hundreds of local purveyors across America to guarantee the highest level of service in the industry. Each local purveyor ensures every product you receive is delivered with great care and no compromises. At a time when the quality of food has come into question more than ever, you can trust there is never a question of our commitment to quality above all else. It's a promise we've made for 5 generations, and it's a promise we'll continue to make. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
At Chewy, you can save on all the gifts you need for the gifts that keep on giving. Because while they have no idea what's going on here, a little something of their own will get them in the spirit. Great prices, happy pets. Chewy.
stop. Before you do any holiday shopping this year, you really have to see this. I'm going to show you one simple.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about a minute and 30 seconds away from second half action between the Newcastle Trojans and the Anderson Indians. For your Trojans, as abysmal as you have played, or seems to have been throughout the first half, it's not as bad. The score is not as bad as it feels. So just have to literally limit Carson. Carson is the key to this team. He makes this go. Everybody else runs off of what he can do. But if you stop Carson, pretty much you can stop the rest of the team. Surprisingly for Newcastle, Ethan Hinton has 13 points to lead your Trojans in the first half. If the Trojans just can continue to get to the basket and eliminate, they can make threes, they can get back in this game, but it's not looking, the field goal percentage isn't very good from outside, so they need to drive to the hole to execute and get points that way. But more importantly, on the defensive end, the Indians have shown that they can shoot three-pointers. Play sound defense and attack the outside perimeter, and just maybe the Trojans can get back in this game and steal a win and walk out of here with our heads held high and a W in the sky. Gavin, no good, can't get that one to go. Defensive rebound goes towards King and the Indians, and here comes Carson. Carson through the hole, can't get that one to go, gets it rejected. Offensive rebound goes to King as it looks like he carried. Welch guarded Jackson, now guarding Ingram. Ingram. Jackson guarded by Welch. Carson guarded by Boatwright. Ingram for three. Three-point basket for Ingram. Taylor. Boatwright. Back over to Taylor. Nice move. Hinton to the basket. Gets it rejected. Here comes Jackson and the Indians. Swings it over to Ingram. Rejected by Taylor, but Ingram strong enough to withstand that and get the ball back up and scored for the Indians, 47-28. Hinton. Lewis. Back over to Hinton. Hinton jumper. No good. Offensive rebound to Gavin. Gavin turns it over and gives it to Carson. Carson, two-point basket. Timeout, Coach Cox. And Newcastle, 49-28. And just like that, one of the keys that we stated before going into the second half is to eliminate the three-pointers, eliminate the turnovers, and drive the ball to the basket. Driving the ball to the basket has worked so far, but eliminating the three-pointers has not. That's what the Indians seem to like to do, is to start off from the outside and work their way back in. Hinton gets fouled as he was going to the hole, but it's going to be on the floor. Fouls on number 3, Ingram. His second personal foul. Nice pass by Boatwright to Ethan Hinton as they let the play develop, 49-30. Nice steal by Boatwright. Gives it to Gavin. Welch, what can Welch do? It's going to the line. Foul's going to be on Carson, his third personal. Going to the line to shoot 2 is Gavin Welch. On the season, shooting 48% from the field, averaging 23.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, 1.5 assists and steals individually. As he connects on both. 49-32. Cross-court pass to Murphy does Carson. Carson. Jackson. Almost got it. Ethan almost had it. Gives it. Murphy back to Carson. That's a travel. And he traveled again. And they called this one. I don't have 20/20 vision, but I saw those last two. Let's see if the Trojans can get right back in this game. Hinton swings it over to Taylor. Got to be better at that on the entry pass. It wasn't available as the ball gets stolen by Jackson. Jackson to the hole. No good. Defensive rebound goes to Lewis, and Gavin Welch with the ball. Swings it over to Hinton. Hinton. Welch. Nice basket for Lewis. Assist goes to Taylor. The fight is still there for the Trojans. They have not given up. Three-pointer for Ingram. Got to get out there. Nice. Defensive rebound for Lewis. Gavin Welch. That's a foul. They've been calling it down here on this end. They need to call it on both ends to be a little bit more consistent. I know I'm biased, but that's a foul. Can't get that one to go as it sails out of bounds. Back into the game for the Indians will be Lewis Jackson. Coming back in the game for your Trojans is number 30, Cole Johnson. Gavin inbounding the ball to Hinton. Hinton. Taylor. Fouls on number 3, Ingram. That's going to be his third personal foul. Timeout Newcastle as they can't inbound the ball, trying to prevent the 5-second violation as Coach Daniel Cox takes a timeout. Just to give you a little recap or a little preview of what's to come here on MNSN. We're going to try to do all the high school away games for Newcastle, as many as the opposing team will allow us to do. So starting off, the next 3 games is at Jay County, at New Palestine, and then at Mount Vernon. All 3 on the road, starting their road trip here tonight at Anderson High School against the Indians. A bit of an off night for Gavin, as he's going to need to rack up some points if he's going to get to his 23.5 per game average. But more importantly, your Trojans are down and need to come back. 3-point basket, no good. Hinton. Swings it over to Taylor. Boatwright. Stolen by Carson. 2-point basket for Amir Carson. 51-34. Boatwright over to Hinton. Taylor. Foul's going to be called on number 34, Latrell White. That's just his first. Back into the game for your Trojans, number 4, Clay Butler. Hinton to the basket, strong basket, left-handed layup, nice from Ethan Hinton. Oh, nice pass from Carson. Basket's good for Damian King. Foul's going to be on Johnson. King going to the line, averaging 9 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 1.5 steals per game while shooting 64% from the field. The team shoots very, very well, as you can see tonight. (54-36). Hinton. To the basket, Ethan Hinton. The man of the hour for the Trojans is Ethan Hinton. Single-handedly trying to keep the Trojans in this game. Carson playing with his food. Timeout goes to Anderson as Coach Bowling doesn't like what he sees. Doesn't like all that one-on-one move or one-on-one play. Got teammates, timeout.
Substitution for your Indians, number 0, Lewis Jackson returns.
One minute left to go here in the third quarter as the Indians lead 54-38. Cross-court pass over to Carson. Out of bounds. That's going to go off of. Oh, wow. That is off. This is awful. That's not good. That is really, really not good. That ball was deflected. Everybody saw that was deflected off of the Indians, and that's unfortunate. I'll just leave it at that. That's unfortunate. Indians maintain possession. Very difficult to play against the refs as well, even though this game has nothing to do with that. It's just literally the fact that Carson is putting on a show for the Indians offensively and I guess defensively as well, as he picked the pocket of Boatwright earlier in this quarter. 10 seconds left. Fouls on number 22, Gavin Welch. That's gonna be his first personal. 4.6 left to go in this third quarter. Three-pointer for Ingram. No good. At the end of the third quarter, it is your Trojans 38, the Indians 54. We'll be right back here with on MNSN with a quick message from our sponsor, Express It.
Is in the lanes that we wanted to be in right now. We have a couple schools who've tapped into our tracksuits. We are now geared towards tackling the podcast and the content, keeping videos more consistent and on all of our social media platforms. So going forward, we want to tap into our podcast. You know, right now we have mapped out our series, our topics, the guests that we want on our podcast, strategically picking them so that conversation is able to be branched out and reach to others so that they can relate, staying consistent with our schools. We want to pinpoint get all Dayton public schools. I've said that before, I'm going to say it now. Every Dayton public school in Dayton, Ohio, we want them repping our brand athletically. We've had a lot of people who in this time still have showed a lot of support. Like I said, we wanted to get basketball teams in our tracksuits. We definitely want to give a special shout out to Coach Dwayne Chastain, who's the head varsity coach at Meta.
Fourth quarter is underway right here from Anderson High School. Thank you guys. Very deep three-pointer from Carson. No good. And that's looking like that's going to go off of the Indians Trojans ball. Like I was saying before, thank everyone for watching tonight's live stream right here on the NM Sports Network. Hinton. Pull up, basket's good for Ethan Hinton, putting on a show for your Trojans here tonight. It's 54-40. This game seems like an absolute blowout, like a 25-30 point throbbing from the Indians. It's only a 14-point game. A couple of threes by Gavin, Ethan, and even Colin Taylor will bring this game right back here to even, but that can't happen. Block by Gavin Welch, but gets it right back, does Latrell White, as Carson once again dissects the defense and finds a man down low. Ingram with the steal. Basket's good by Ingram. Foul's going to be called. Basket's good. Gavin Welch with the touch as he was going up creates an intentional foul as Ingram's going to try to connect on this one. Can't do it. They have no idea what they're doing. Literally, they're just talking. They absolutely have no idea what they're doing. This should be really, really simple for them to come. They call the foul. They call the intentional foul. It's in the rules. They should probably understand what's going on. They still have no idea what they're doing. And he misses both. Ingram takes the ball from out of bounds. The pass from Jackson. Gavin guarding Ingram. Gavin guarding Carson, sorry. Floater, no good. Offensive rebound is Carson, gets that ball stripped. Foul's going to be called on number 5, Ethan Hinton.
Fouls on Newcastle, number 5, Ethan Hinton.
That's Ethan's second personal foul. Jackson swings it over to Ingram. Back to Jackson, back to Ingram. Back to Jackson again. Swings it cross court to Carson. Carson, nice pass to White. He's got the full package, man. He's the real deal. 60-40. Gavin, basket's good for Gavin Welch. Need that, need all of that and more. Foul's going to be called on number 1, Alex Troutman.
Personal foul on Indians 1, Alex Troutman. Shooting the end 1, Welch.
That's going to be Troutman's third foul on the evening. 60-42, Gavin trying to inch closer for the Trojans. Gets it to go.
Substitutions for your Indians, number 5, Damian King, and number 50, Jalen Murphy return.
Cut this deficit to 10 and anything can happen. Because if you're cutting it to 10, that means you're on some sort of run. Carson. Gets the ball deflected, swings. Jackson swings the back out to Carson. That gets deflected. Ingram for 3. No good. Man, defensive rebound, offensive rebound goes to Jalen Murphy as he connects and puts it right back up there. Ooh, nice move from Ethan Hinton. He's got to have his career high tonight or somewhere close. 62-45. Jackson swings it over. Stolen. Deflected by Ethan Hinton. Stolen by Thompson. And Gavin gets the ball stripped. Murphy with the basket. Assist goes to King. 64-45. Fouls on 0 Jackson as Ethan Hinton takes matters into his own hands, and I guess he's not shooting 2 free throws. It's on the floor. So they will take the ball out of bounds from the baseline. Back into the game for the Trojans is Lewis. Taylor. That's a foul. Taylor can't get that one to go. Carson just playing with his food. That seemed way too easy for Carson. As he gets that to go, extends the lead to 21. Taylor, Hinton, wide open. Basket's good. Nice pass from Colin Taylor to Ethan Hinton for 2 points for your Newcastle Trojans. Floater in the air. Pass by Jackson gets it right back to him. I don't know what that was. That was definitely a travel. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how you can have the ball, bobble the ball while still running, and then pick the ball up and then dribble again. I felt like I was just at a circus. Jackson. Back over to Carson. Carson over to King. Three-pointer, thought about it, thought he traveled. But instead, it's a 3-second violation, excuse me. And that's just what the Trojans need. They need to get right back in this game. They need a couple, oh, wow. How was that? That is not an offensive foul. Wow. I don't understand how that's an offensive foul.
Correction, that is on Anderson, number 3, Jaquan Ingram.
Okay, I was so confused. I was like, man, they called the foul on Tyson Lewis when it wasn't even close to that. It's a foul on number 3, Ingram. It's going to be Newcastle ball. Once again, they have no idea what they're doing. It is a foul called. And that puts Newcastle in the bonus here as Tyson Lewis is going to shoot 2, or the 1-and-1, excuse me. Connects on the first. That definitely would have been something very, very new if they would have called that foul towards Tyson Lewis. I'll just say new. (66-49). 3 minutes left to go. If they got any fight left, now's the time to do it. Let's go, Trojans. And they call nothing. That was a nice pass by Murphy to Ingram. I'm not going to lie, that was a nice pass. Nice give and go there as Ingram connects on the basket. Lewis swings it over to Hinton. Gets it stripped by Carson. As he dribbles the ball out of bounds. And it turns out, man, this is something new. So it turns out Newcastle should not have even been in the bonus. It shouldn't have been shooting the 1-and-1. And the refs did not catch up on that. And that's exactly why Coach Bowling for the Indians is irate and he's upset, rightly so. But as a Trojan fan, We love the 2 points. Hinton for three. He's hot. Stays hot. Ethan Hinton. He's got to have at least 50. Okay, not quite that close, but he's got it. He's close to at least 20. Because he had 13 at halftime. And that push-off isn't going to do very, very well. Right at the ref, not seeing it. King, stolen by Ethan Hinton. Gavin, nice. Gavin Welch. Gavin Welch with the dunk. Sorry you guys missed that. Cameraman messed up. Basket's good for Murphy. 70-54. It was a nice dunk by Gavin Welch. Clean, clear to the basket. We apologize for you guys missing that one. Stripped by Ethan. Or stripped by Carson, excuse me, on Ethan Hinton. Just over a minute left to go in this game, as it's looking like basket's good for Jalen Murphy. Assist goes to Carson. Stripped by Carson, gets it right back to him. Amir Carson going to the line to shoot two. As Newcastle's team is coming out. As a whole new squad, basically JV squad for both teams come in. $74-54. Gets it stolen. Basket's good by Townsend. Foul's going to be on number 11, Colin Lewis, his first. To the line to shoot the 1-and-1 bonus is Caden Blackford. Blackford connects on the first, 76-55. Basket's good. Foul is going to be called on number 30, Cole Johnson.
At the line, Colin Lewis.
Colin Lewis to shoot 2. So Anderson will improve to 3-0 on the season, and your Trojans will fall to 2-2 on the year. This was a very tough matchup for them tonight going in the first place. These next couple games are winnable games. Your Trojans can come off and get on a roll after this game here today. Defensive rebound goes to Bradley Henderson. And that's going to be should be off of Newcastle. And this is just weird. Bradley can't get that one to go. 1.7 left to go in the game. Final score from Anderson, Indiana. $56 to 77 as your Newcastle Trojans fall here tonight. It was a tough matchup for Newcastle coming into this game, as they knew what they were up against, facing a top 10 team in the state of Indiana here tonight. And Carson put on a show for the Indians, and that basically did it. Carson and Ingram were the two catalysts in this game that basically gave the Indians the win versus the Trojans today. For Newcastle, Ethan Hinton put on a show. I'm surely don't have this final stat line, but I'm sure he put up more than 20 points in this game. Gavin Welch on the flip side struggled tonight. Looks like he can try to get a rebound here next weekend when they play Jay County. But it was a struggling night for the star from Newcastle. Once again, we would like to thank our sponsors here tonight. Thank you to Boar's Head Premier Cheese and Deli Meats. Boar's Head, compromise elsewhere. Thank you to them. Also, thank you to the Alumni Tournament. 64 teams fighting for $100,000 next year in the state of Ohio during the month of August. Thank you to the Alumni Tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Patton. It was a pleasure bringing this game here to you tonight. Thank you to our sponsors. We'll give you the unofficial scoring here in a second.
Ethan Hinton with 28. Landon Thompson with 4. Gavin Welch with 9. Cole Johnson with 6. And Caden Blackford with 2. For your Indians this evening, Lewis Jackson ended with 4. Alex Troutman 5. Amir Carson 17. Jaquan Ingram 17. Damian King 17. Colin Lewis with a free throw, 1 point. Ladrell White with 4. Christian Townsend with 2, and Jalen Murphy with 6.
For the stats here tonight, just to give you a little rundown, the man of the night, I told you, Ethan Hinton was probably put over 20 points. It might have been his career high at 28 points, carrying this team here tonight, scoring 28 points. On the flip side, a struggling night for Gavin Welch, who was only able to muster up 9, as he usually averages 23. So a struggling night for him. Career night for Ethan Hinton with 28. For the Anderson Indians, 3 people apiece. 3 people scored 17 points apiece. Amir Carson with 17. Jaquan Ingram with 17. Damian King with 17. Troutman and Jackson 5 and 4 respectively, while Murphy brings up the rear with 6 points. So those 3 people, King, Ingram, and Carson, with 17 points apiece, were the reasons why the Indians were victorious here today. The Indians will move to 3-0 on the season as your Trojans will fall to 2-2. The next game will be next week against Jay County. One little recap about what's going to happen, foreshadowing what's happening in the future. Next Saturday, Jay County, 7:30. December 16th at New Palestine, 7:30 p.m. All games 7:30. December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas, they visit Mount Vernon. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Patton. Once again, thank you for watching MNSN, the Trojans basketball here on the NM Sports Network. We'll see you next week for Newcastle and Jay County.